Yo, what's going on, everybody? Long time no see. How y'all doing? You know who this is, the real one, always 100, Gabriel Skywalker from the DFS Club, coming to y'all with a NHL main slate video. Long overdue, guys. Um, I stopped doing these videos because the viewership was like way down. Let me give you an example. My NBA videos get like 1.5 views, 1.5K views a day. My NHL video, we're probably getting maybe 200 to 300. So I'll start doing these again. If my viewership goes up, if you guys start watching these, I'll keep doing them. That's my deal to you guys. So not a lot of people out there do NHL videos. So that's my deal. Viewerships go up on these, I'll keep doing them. All right. I work hard and I'll continue to work hard for my members and for you guys. All right. Um, Big slate, big slate ahead. So let's get into it. What we're looking at right here is Draft Dashboard, the best optimizer on the planet. $1 for 30 days. Click on the link in the description below, and you yourself can have Draft Dashboard. I use this for all my videos, for all my research, guys. You get access to all my save lineups, all my watch players, the position optimizer, and the NHL cheat sheet. Because if you can't win, cheat as the best locks, best studs, best mid tier, best value of the slate, guys. So this is Draft Dashboard. Take the Draft Dashboard challenge. It's only $1. So let's go to the position optimizer and let's break this down. We got a 12 gamer. So as we all know, these are very hard to cash in. Only because there's so many options. You have to get it so right, and NHL is so volatile. So we can only go with the knowledge that we have and the matchups that we have. So let's get into it. So off the tops, we got Nathan MacKinnon coming off a horrible game. They got shut out. Colorado got shut out. So that's two bad games for McKinnon in a row. So he's due. And at 8-5 at center, absolutely, I'm gonna get myself some McKinnon. I mean, even on a 12 game slate, I thought he was necessary on a four. I should have went McDavid, but I didn't. And that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. So I do like Nathan McKinnon in this spot. Next up, Bo Harvard for 5-4. So a little cheaper, a little value here. Draft dashboard ranking of 71. He's only 5-4. Very consistent. 10, 48, 10 fantasy points in his last three games. Ice time minutes are trending up, which is great. Double digit fantasy points is what you want to get. In NBA, I say it's 30 points, right? In NHL, you want to at least get double digit fantasy points out of all your guys that you're rostering, especially in a huge slate like this. Will Harvard will get you there at 5-4. All right. Going up against Tampa Bay. It should hopefully, I don't know, Vancouver does not score a lot of goals, but hopefully, since Tampa Bay's defense is just so bad, that they should be able to get a couple extra ones. So, Bo Harvard at center at 5-4. Definitely worth a look. Next up, 5-2, Max Domi. Another safe play. 93 draft dashboard ranking. Going up against Detroit. Montreal should score a lot, like everybody else does against Detroit. Everybody scores on Detroit. They're dead last in defense. I think they give up the most goals in the league. So Domi at 5-2, 10, 11, 10 in his last three games. If you want to do a little Montreal stack, I wouldn't blame you. And they're cheap. So get them in there, guys, at 5-2. Next up, Kazim Kadari. Um, Another option at center for Colorado at 4-6. Love that price. 11, 23, 17 fantasy points in his last three. So he's been on fire. Um, Again, they got shut out, so it's a back-to-back game. Maybe they were saving all their energy for the Rangers, right? So this game should be good. Should be high scoring. You want to get both sides of this game? I wouldn't blame you at all. Next up, Christian Dvorak at 4-3. My God, I just think that's way too cheap, guys. 14, 8, 11, and 8 in his last three. Projected to get 5.2 fantasy points. I think he'll get more than that. I think he'll at least get double digits, guys. 4, 16, 14, 9, 6 in his last five. Going up against Florida. Ranked 24th overall. They give the most goals. 24th. How should I put this? They're ranked 24th in goals allowed. So another team that does not score a lot of goals. I cannot fucking talk. Sorry guys, I just did a half hour NBA video. This is my second video of the night, and I still got to work out. So I got 35 pounds to lose, so I can start playing hockey again. I'm looking to play this spring league coming up. So Christian Dvorak at center at 4-3, definitely worth a look. So next up, Lars Eller at 3-9. I think that is just highway robbery, way too cheap. 23-18 in his last two games. Going up against Ottawa. Ottawa does not scare me. They give it the 27th most amount of goals, guys. At 3-9, get yourself some Lars Eller, save some money, and maybe you can sack some wingers. I don't know. He's projected to get 7.5 fantasy points at 3-9. That's not bad. Next up, Logan Couture for the Sharks. If the Sharks are going to score goals, it's going to go through him and Evander Kane, right? So if you want to do him and Evander Kane stack, I wouldn't blame you. Going up against St. Louis, very tough. They're stingy. They don't give up a lot of goals. However, he's only 5'5", 23, 6, 21 fantasy points in his last three games. Projected to get 9.1 fantasy points this game. Logan Couture is in play at 5'5". Let's see if we got anybody else. That's going to do it for center, guys. So let's go to winger. Lots of options here. So you can pay down on center and then you can stack wingers. That's a good strategy, I think, on these big slates. So off the tops, we got Dave Pastrnak, the plastic man's what I call him. 8'4". Arguably the best winger in the game. I don't know. He just every time I play him, he gets 20 or more fantasy points. So 20, 19, 19, 22 in his last three games. I ain't got to tell you about him. Just having the season of his life. Get him in there at 8'4". Next up, Patrick Kane. He was on fire, and then he finally had a floor game of 5 fantasy points, 30 and 43. It's about fucking time because he has not been having a great season. Not at all. 7-8. But the matchup against Calgary is too good. It is too good. So Patrick Kane, you want to pay down for him instead of the Plastic Man, or you want to stack them both? I wouldn't blame you. Between the both of them, they can get you almost, realistically 60, maybe 50 fantasy points between the two. Next up, we got Mikko Rantanen at 6'9", another Colorado player, right? So since they got shut out, I'm just figuring, guys, they're going to go off, right? They're going to go off. The Rangers are going to go off. It's just going to be back and forth. 36, 13, 11 fantasy points in his last three games. He's projected to get 11 fantasy points. And let me go back. So Patrick Kane's projected to get 12 fantasy points, and the Plastic Man's projected to get 15 fantasy points. So a lot of good options at winger, guys. Get them in there. Then I like to find value. Here we go. So the mid-range here at 5'4", I like Jacob Silverberg, guys. 15, 20, 16 in his last three. Double digits. He's projected to get 7 fantasy points this game. Going up against the Blue Jackets, their defense is pretty good. But Silverberg, 15, 20, 16, 2 and 5 in his last 5. Anaheim, if they're going to score goals, it's going to go through Silverberg, guys. Get him in there at 5'4". Let's see. Next up, we got Evgeny Dabakov. Let me try that again. Evgeny Dabanov, right winger, 5'3". Check this out. 12, 19, 29 fantasy points in his last three games. Projected to get 10.9 fantasy points at a price tag of 5'3". So you could do worse. Going up against Arizona, I don't know. Florida's just Florida. They're either going to get a shit ton of goals, they're going to get none. So if they do, the Bonhoff is going to be on the scoring chart. Next up, we got Patrick Hornquist at 5'2". Very cheap for Hornquist. 12, 11, and 35 fantasy points in his last three games. I don't know why they haven't projected so low. 1.9 fantasy points this game. I think that is horrendously wrong. But projections are projections. That's how it goes. So hopefully that'll keep the ownership low on him. And at 5.2, get him in there. And let's go for some value. What do we got for value? We got Evander. No, Evander Kane's not value. He's just in a tough matchup. I just thought I'd mention him. Um, St. Louis are just tough on wingers. They are. They box them out of the crease and no tip-ins. They don't allow tip-ins. That's just how it goes. And he's coming off a ceiling game of a 47. So, but if you still want to play him at 6K, it's Evander Kane. He might be matchup proof. He's having a great season, guys. At 3.7, Craig Smith. 22, 17, 15 fantasy points in his last 3 games. He's on a fucking roll. He's projected to get 7.3 fantasy points. At 3.7, sign me up. Absolutely. You got to find these value guys that are going to come through. That is most important on these slates. Ooh, excuse me. So let's go to defenseman. All right. Roman Yoshi, man, I love this guy. I play him as much as I can. 7.2. So defensemen are always priced down lower than wingers and centers. You guys already know that. 11, 22, 21. He's a very safe play at defenseman to get you double-digit fantasy points. The man does not know the meaning of a line change. He stays on the ice forever. He gets 31, 24, 33 ice minutes. Projected to get 17.4 fantasy points. So get him in there at 7.2. Next up for Washington, John Carlson. 6.9 is pretty cheap. I've seen, normally he's around the 7K range because he's been, kind of been doing crappy 10, 14, 13. That's crappy for John Carlson. However, he is projected to get 13.4 fantasy points in this good matchup against Ottawa. Ottawa gives up a lot of goals, guys. So, especially the defensemen, ranked 28th in the league. All right, so get him in there. Next up, Mark Giordano, whatever. I know how to pronounce it. I'm just fucking tired, guys. Even if I don't, so what? 6'8", 35, 5, 13. Always a good, safe play. He's projected to get 11 fantasy points. Going up against Chi-Town, Chicago, ranked 27th in the league against defensemen. So he should light him up. Hopefully he gets a goal, maybe a couple of assists, maybe three to 5 blocks. That would be great. At 6'8", he's a pretty solid play. Next up, Seth Jones at 5'6". 10, 12, 13 in his last 3 games. He gets the ice time minutes, guys. Going up against Anaheim. Ranked 18th in the league against defensemen, so not too bad, not too good. For him, you hope he just gets some assists and some block shots. All right? He's not going to go out there and get a hat trick. Nothing like that. Next up for value, I got Connor Murphy. 10, 16, 16 in his last 3 games. He's projected to get 8.6 fantasy points. And at 4.4, that's a bargain. So get him in there. Next up, we got Sam Gerard, 4.3. Another value play. 13, 30, and a 16 in his last 3. He's projected to get 6 fantasy points. I think he'll get double digits once again against the Rangers, ranked 22nd in the league against defensemen. So he could get you a couple goals. Do we have any? Yes, we got some more value plays. We got, well, let me see for the value, and then we'll go back to those. So PK Saban, there we go. 4K. I can't believe how cheap he is. 10, 16, 18 fantasy points in his last 3 games. 6.4 projection. Going up against the Islanders. Last time he played him, he got 16 fantasy points. Last 3 games, he's gotten double-digit fantasy points. So at 4K, you can definitely go there, and I wouldn't blame you. And for the tough, I call these the tough pay-up spots here. Thomas Chabot, 6'3". Tough matchup. Very tough matchup against Washington. They're the best in the league against defensemen, meaning they shut them down. All right. So 6'3". He's gotten double-digit fantasy points in his last, 3 games. Like I'm saying, look at Washington. Not good. 1, 4, 2, and 3 fantasy points in the last 4 against him. But it's Thomas Chabot, guys. What are you going to do? And then my boy right here, Brett Burns, against St. Louis, ranked 2nd in the league against defensemen. But I think Brett Burns is one of those that's pretty much matchup proof. and I think he'll be low owned because of the matchup. Anyone that knows anything about hockey does look at these matchups. 11, 6, 19 in his last 3 games. Last time against St. Louis, he got 19 fantasy points. So Brett Burns is one of them defensemen. He will get goals. He can go out there and get a hat trick. Some power play goals. I would not be surprised. So you want to get these guys who also get all these power play minutes too. So that's going to do it, guys. So we're back with the NHL videos, right? So let's go to Lineup Optimizer. Let's get you guys a free lineup. Sponsored by the DFS Club. Now, the DFS Club, you might ask, what the hell is that? So if you go to www.dfsclub.com, guys, this is my home. We are 3 providers in one. DFS Space, the DFS Whispers, myself, Skywalker DFS. Guys, you get every single sport. Everything. NBA, NFL, MLB, PGA, NHL, tennis going right now, NASCAR, soccer, esports, MMA, WNBA, and college sports, guys. You get everything. Nobody else does that. Click the Join Now button. Make sure you click on my logo, Skywalker DFS. And for all these memberships, it's all access. $25 a month for every single sport that I just named, including some I didn't. You can check us out with a 3-day pass for $7.99. Guys, we cover DraftKings, Fanduel, you name it. If there's a site, we cover it. We teach you how to manage your bankroll. We have a DFS Space made a video in the chat room, just how to manage your bankroll, guys. We do cheat sheets, live pregame podcasts, 24/7 tips and advice. We help you build lineups, guys. We just want you to be a better DFS player. It's not all about here's your lineup, get out of here, which is what everybody else does. No, we don't do that. We don't believe in that. We want everybody to be sharks, right? It's time to go to school, and we will get you there, guys. So it's about education, and it's about winning, and it's just about being a smarter and better DFS player. Come check us out, www.dfsclub.com. Love to have you. There's plenty of room. All right, so free lineup time, sponsored by the DFS Club. We got Lars Eller, Christian Dvorak, Patrick Kane, Patrick Hornquist, Mikko Ratinen, Connor Murphy, PK Subban. At goalie, they threw in Corey Price. That's actually pretty good against Detroit. I like that one. And Max Domi, solid lineup. Very solid. Draft Dashboard came through with this one. So that's it, guys. Play this lineup. Let me know how it does. Leave it in the comments below. Roll in a quarter. See what happens, right? I'm gonna do it. Don't sleep on it when it takes down, because I've had 2 video lineups that I've taken the whole damn thing down. All right. So and you know the story, right? And I didn't play them. It's like those lotto stories you hear. You play the same numbers every week, and then the one time you don't play them, they hit. And those are the things you got to live with. So that's it, guys. That's going to do it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my vow, my promise to you, if you keep viewing these NHL videos, I will keep doing them every day. All right? So with that said, God bless you. God bless your families. Let's get that bread. Don't take shit from nobody. I live and die by that, guys. You should too. And let's go. Let's do this. I'm excited. I'm excited about the slate. I'm excited about this video. All right, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow in tomorrow's video, and I'll see you in the DFS Club chat. Take care.